Here's a few clear ways, quick, clear ways that we can tell whether that be true. Not that we have to tell people, but they can see it in us, see it in our lives, see it in our leadership, see it in our ministry. Well, here's some ways we can tell. Number one, humility. Christ-like leaders reject prideful posturing and give preference to humble, empowering leadership that seeks to promote the best of others. Think about that in leadership today. It's worthy of note that the early apostles took pride in nothing other than Jesus. They didn't take pride in themselves or the stuff they did or the gifts they carried. They took pride in Jesus Christ himself. That, my friends, is what I believe is a sign or a fruit of what it means to be a true follower of Jesus and to lead in that way. I think humility is lacking in the church and certainly in leadership. And to me, that's what draws the attention of God to us. God says that he gives grace to the humble, but he opposes the proud. I think humility is so attractive to the world, attractive to God, attractive to people. Not false humility, humility, knowing who we are and recognizing it's not this posturing for position. It's giving the glory to Jesus and staying humble and serving people and knowing that our only great thing we carry is Jesus Christ himself. I also think service is another sign, another true evidence of being a true follower of Jesus. This is how we know we've been shaped by him, by the way we serve. Not being served, not looking to be served, but how can we serve others? Service. Christ-like leaders will pour out themselves in burden-bearing relationship that models love in action. Don't talk love, models it by the lives we live and what we pour ourselves into. I believe that we need to model our King by laying aside claims to power and privilege like Jesus did, and pour ourselves out in selfless deeds of service that only God can see. We're not doing it so people can see it. We're not doing it so we can be recognized. We just do it whether people see it or not. Because what care? We matter more. What matters more to us more as followers more than anything is that Jesus or God sees it, and that's all that matters to us. So we're playing to the audience of one, and we're not serving people so they can see how awesome we are. We just serve people because that's the heart that Jesus had, and he came to serve. And I think if we've been shaped by him, then we're growing in our serving of others. Another thing is courage. I believe Christ-like leaders take risks that are unexplainable apart from Christ leading. Think about that. Does your life and ministry, what you and I are involved in, is it unexplainable in the risk-taking? Or we just kind of settled and become secure in our thing now? And friends, there's a moment, there's a season we're in now that I believe God's looking for us to be risk takers, to step out and to do the things he's called us to hear what Jesus is saying and do exactly what it is he's called us to. I think that true Christ-like leaders are attuned to the activity of the Spirit and take courageous steps in uncharted territory regardless of the cost. We are to weigh up the cost, I understand that, but we're not letting the cost determine the call. We're just getting on with it. We're attuned to what God's called us to, and we're risk takers and we're stepping out. That's what I believe it means. Courage, what it means to be a true follower of Jesus and Christ-like leadership. To those people who are really Christ-like leaders, vision is so clear, it takes more courage not to obey than to get out and do what it is God's called us. Then there's this thing of boldness, and I think they go hand in hand. Courage and boldness, they're not the same thing, but they do go hand in hand. Courage and boldness are connected, interconnected. Both are signs and fruit of us being Christ-like, because Jesus was courageous and he was bold. He stepped in. And I think these four, humility, service, courage, and boldness, are linked together. Boldness without humility creates leaders who say the right thing, but in a manner or tone that repels people rather than compels. And friends, we've all seen that before. Let's hope that's not us. But if it is us, we need humility with courage. We want to compel people to walk out the mandate God's called them to, rather than repel them from our arrogance or our boldness that has no humility. Courage without service, what it does is it produces leaders who are willing to take risks, but do so in a way that communicates that the outcome of the task is more important than the people the project is designed to serve. We care more about the results rather than the people. And that's the danger with courage. If we're all about courage without service, we need to be serving. We need to do this for the people, do it for God, not do it for the outcome and the results. So I think we need to get back to some of these things, but to do it in a way that communicates. We need to communicate the outcome is important, but more important than the outcome is we are all about the people God's called us. So when you combine these characters and these virtues in a compelling answer, I think, to the leadership crisis that we're seeing in the church today, is we don't have enough followers of Jesus, true Christ-like leaders. And friends, my challenge for you and me is let's be more like Jesus. Let's lead more like Christ. Let's point people more to Jesus by the way we lead and the things that we carry.